Revolutionaries, I just wanted to tune in and give you some background to the keto diet. So a lot of people, when they start banting or when they decide I'm going to go low carb, they try and do everything all at once, and they're not sure whether they should be like tracking their meals or sticking to a meal plan or following the lists or following some advice or intermittent fasting. So I thought I'd give you some clarity here and explain that at Real Meal Revolution, we actually have 3 different ways that we teach people to do the keto diet. And they're based on where you are in your journey and the type of person you are. So what you will know, and so in this live, I'm going to teach you about the 3 different ways and how you can do them properly. So the first thing you'll know is that the foundation for the Banting diet is the list. Now, I've been doing a lot of lectures on the list lately, which you've probably seen. And so if you are starting out, in other words, you've never done Banting before, this might be the easiest way for you to adapt. But in general, the kind of person who will do keto by just following the lists is the kind of person who doesn't like to take very prescriptive advice, who doesn't really like exact rules. And what that means is that, you know, you can just cut out like a category of foods or 2 categories of foods, like the red and light red list, take it slow on orange, and then just stick to the green list. And for a lot of people, that's actually more than enough advice. And in general, that's the kind of advice that's going to get the low-hanging fruit gone in terms of weight loss. So for instance, if you've got 40 kilograms to lose, you might find that just sticking to the lists is enough if you're the kind of person who doesn't like very prescriptive advice. The next kind of person is the kind of person who needs some clear guidelines, or wants to know exactly what to eat and when to eat it. And so in that case, we recommend sticking to a meal plan. I'm actually just going to share my screen again. On the Real Meal Revolution platform, we've got a variety of different meal plans. So give me 1 second, and I'll show you what it looks like on the Real Meal platform. So if you go onto the Real Meal Revolution online program, or at least this is our web app. Where are you now? So clicking on the wrong stuff here. Okay, these are meal plans. And as Real Meal Revolution members, if you join the Power membership, when you sign up, you actually fill in a health survey that gives you your exact ratio. Okay, and your ratio is the magic ratio, or whatever. It's the exact amount of fats, carbohydrates, and proteins that you need to eat to optimize fat burning. And so what we've done in the online program is we've said, cool, here are some meal plans that will scale. So the amount of protein and fat in the meal plan actually scales to suit your macronutrient needs. And so if you want to take all of the guesswork out, you like to be told exactly what to do, then this is the way that I recommend you follow the keto diet. Ultimately, at the end of any transformation, you want to have all of this as habit. So it's really about like the first few weeks or the first few months, what the easiest way is for you to adapt. And then the final way is to go off-piste. In other words, to freestyle, but just manage your carbohydrates. And that you can do by using the meal tracker. So on the Real Meal Revolution web app, which you get as part of your Power membership, we have this meal tracking app. And the meal tracking app has all of the recipes from Real Meal Revolution, from the cookbook series in it, and it's got the whole USDA database. So there are thousands and thousands of products in this database, and you can just go through your day and track. Now, you have to know what your preferred macronutrient ratio is before you can track. And so there are a couple of ways you can do that. When you sign up for the web app, you fill in a survey, and then we spit out an automated ratio for you. But what you could also do is see our dietitian. So sometimes you might have a medical condition, or you've lost your first 30 kilos and you want to lose that last 10, or you're actually 50 kilos overweight and you want to know from one of the experts, like, what is the exact, what is the right thing that I can do for my body? And in that, if that's the case, then what we recommend is that you actually join the coaching program. And if you join the coaching program, there we go. If you join the coaching program, one of the things you're going to get is a dietary prescription report. And so this is a special document that's prepared by Bridget Surtees. She's our dietitian. And so she will look at your medical history, the medication you're on, your sleeping habits, and a few days of your meal tracking data. And she actually analyzes your meal tracking. So this is like before you even start a diet, you actually just track on a meal tracker what you're eating beforehand. And then Bridget will take all of that and prepare an analysis of your health statistics, your relative risk, et cetera, and then she puts together a report of all of the supplements, extra dietary, specific macronutrient ratios that you need, some advice with various elements of your lifestyle that you've mentioned in your health report, and that's going to help you really, it's going to make it crystal clear what you need to do. So then you can take that ratio that she's given you and you can put it into your profile in the web app. And what that'll do is it'll scale all of the meal plans in the web app, or those 4 meal plans in the web app, to suit your ideal macronutrient ratio. And then you just go along and apply the rules that have been prescribed to you into either meal tracking or the macronutrient ratio. So just to have a quick recap, the 3 ways that you can follow the keto diet are to stick to the lists, to follow a meal plan, or to have a prescription. But when you're following a meal plan or you have a prescription, you are actually sticking to what we call sticking to your macros, or sticking to your macronutrient ratios. So you're trying to limit, you're being very accurate with the amount of carbohydrate, protein, and fat that you're eating on any given day. And so you can do that in a meal plan, but if you understand the rules of Banting and you understand that like gluten needs to be avoided and you understand the rules of the red list, you can actually pretty much go into life with your meal tracker. This is if you're following your macronutrients, and you can just track meals as you eat them. And then you don't really need to worry about which list you're eating off. That, obviously you want to stay away from the red list, but if you're eating 200 grams of sweet potato and you don't have any broccoli, if you've got it tracked on your meal tracker, you can actually see how far you are with your macros on a daily basis. And again, ultimately, all 3 of these techniques of sticking to the keto diet, they are learning periods. So this is about teaching you how to stick to the diet so that one day it becomes habit. I would never say to anyone that they have to track meals for the rest of their life. I don't want anyone to sit and track and stick to a meal plan for the rest of their life. And I think that it would be great if you had our lists stuck on your fridge for the rest of your life. But if you had to go and check them every single day for the rest of your life, we would have failed you. So these are just different techniques that you can start learning by. And ultimately, at the end of the day, you're going to have calculated or worked out what the best diet is for you that generates those results. So I hope you found that useful. If you're interested in finding out, in downloading the lists, there's a link in this video that will allow you to download the lists. If you want to use the web app and you want instant access to meal plans that are scaled to your macronutrients, there's a link above that'll take you to find out some more information about Power membership. And then if you are interested in getting that like medically accurate prescription, there's also a link that'll take you to find out more information about the one-on-one coaching program in this video. So go check that out and decide. Maybe leave a comment and tell us which way you adapted to the diet the first time around. I'd love to know. All right, peeps, have a great day.